Hi, we are Cookie.
Bang.
I'm Violet.
I'm Christine. Today we are going to share our high school life.
Let me share mine first. I remember that my life in nice was very boring. At that time, there was another class for students who had better academic performance, preparing for high school entrance exam, and I didn't have any friends. So I always hoped that senior high school could be like in the idol dramas or animes. I could have great friendships with my classmates, hardly participate in clubs and school activities, and successfully join the student council. But in fact, it was completely different. It could only be said that TV brings us a very beautiful fantasy.
In junior high, I met a strict teacher, so I thought that senior high would be as free as college, with no homework and no one would force me. Perhaps I can have much free time to plan reading projects. Yet, due to the new curriculum, we have to spend much time on projects and course reports. Therefore, I not only need to prepare quizzes, but also write reports. It's very different from what I expected for senior high school. As a freshman in high school, I found the most impressive experience is to attend the school fair, which was different from what students do in junior high in terms of concept, ingredients, design, price, and so on. Students were responsible for handling all themselves. As I recall, there were many various ideas mentioned during the class discussion, such as marshmallow toast, meat toast, and butterfly pea soda. When I was in the pancake group, none of our team members had any experience preparing the ingredients, so we had a lot of problems at the beginning. As a result, we were not sure how the ingredients were prepared. Not only did the purchase exceed the budget, the final product was also a disaster. Despite this, we still decided to put the products on the market without adequate preparation. I'd like to briefly introduce the flavors of our muffins before the fair begins. Original, honey, pearl creams, strawberry yogurt, and chocolate banana. With the elimination of electricity using, we had to pan pancakes one by one with the stove, which took 20 minutes to make one, and it was never easy to make one. Afterward, the first customer arrived. I forgot what flavor he ordered, but he was wearing an Aboriginal costume and seemed to just have finished the show. Eventually, because our pancakes failed several times, which caused him to wait half an hour. Even though we used up the main ingredients, a lot of ingredients were left. After the final settlement, as expected, we stood a loss. All in all, it was a really special experience, and I enjoyed it a lot.
During the summer vacation of the second year of high school, we had a 2-day activity called citizenship training. Students would wear camouflage clothing to carry out activities such as bouldering, class games, paintball, etc. to have better teamwork spirit. At the event party, each class needed to offer a performance, and it would be given a ranking in the end. In order to get good grades, the classmates practiced very hard. Some students were even scolded and cried during the practice. In the afternoon of the first day, there were drinks in the restaurant, but only for teachers, and we tried to ask our math teacher to help us get the drinks. After the activity, when we went back to school, the teacher still remembered this, and she even asked me if the drinks I secretly took was any better. Since all the activities lasted till late, by the time we took turns showering and tidying up, it was almost dawn. But the interesting thing was that we couldn't help staying up late to play a lot of games. The one that impressed me the most was Truth and Dare. I remember my classmate chose Dare. Others wanted to let her lick her toes. She even started talking about whose toes she wanted to lick. When I heard my classmate would like to lick mine, I was scared, and I kept persuading her to give up the idea. In the end, she decided to lick her own toes to end the chaotic round. The next day, I felt very tired because I went to bed too late. I lay silently back on my bed after packing my luggage. The room was very cold, so I wrapped the quilt all over my body, and my classmate stepped on me directly. Even though the training of citizenship is really tiring, it was also very interesting. This was probably the funniest and the most interesting trip in these 3 years.
In the second year of my high school, Violet and I were both the club leaders. Because there would be no performance in the next semester, we had 2 blankets for each class. Since we enjoyed handshake drinks a lot, we secretly ordered them before each class, which was not allowed in school. Once, we were about to take our drink via Foodpanda from the side door of the school, and we saw a man in a red vest approaching. The principal! During one of our encounters with the instructor, we even ran away as soon as we grabbed the order and rushed to the bathroom to hide. One time after class, we met our teacher. She also questioned us why we had the drinks. We had no explanation at the time, but she didn't punish us either. We almost got caught for ordering drinks in secret. That was so funny. We were fortunate to escape successfully. Otherwise, we would have received punishment.
When it comes to high school trips, the most anticipated thing should be graduation trips. A graduation trip should also be a wonderful memory for most people. In this part, I would like to talk about our evening rest time. One day late at night, after we have returned to the room, we took turns bathing. All of us disliked to be the last. As soon as we finished bathing, we went to other students' rooms to make trouble and not to let them sleep. There were all kinds of small games that we played, like body staking, picking up a classmate, and calling out to other rooms. We were too loud, so the leader of other classes knocked on the door and asked what we were doing. One of my classmates asked, "Has someone knocked on the door? What should we do?" The scene was chaotic, and everyone turned off the lights and pretended to be sleeping. No one answered the door. However, the team leader was not about to let us off easily. She repeatedly knocked on the door until finally I went to the door. While the leader had gone far, we continued the activity and downloaded the decibel meter to our phones to prevent us from playing the game too loudly. Gradually, all the classmates wanted to sleep, and the classmates who were in the same room with us all went back to the room first, and by the time Christine and I wanted to go back to the room, they were already fast asleep. The noise we made disturbed their sleep. We danced, brushed teeth, and snored to get them not to sleep. Later, while watching videos, we lazed in bed. We stayed up until almost 3 o'clock the following morning, and the next morning, we regretted not going to bed earlier. Our bedtime is when we are in the coach.
Having a lot of freedom in high school comes with a lot of responsibility. However, I have also grown a lot since I was a senior high student. I become more independent and have learned that I can get rewards once I work hard. I believe that I am ready for a bright future.
Although I've done many strange things in the 3 years of high school, I may not have a very good relationship with my classmates, and I'm usually angry rather than happy most of the time. However, it is undeniable that high school is a very significant part of my life, and I have learned a great deal from schoolwork and other relationships. I'm looking forward to the next chapter in my life after I graduate.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy your life too. Bye bye.